This is part 2 of episode 221 now. Barry here with you back in the studio. Normally I would be getting ready to go home around about now. But like I've said in the first part of the video today and on the show, I am not being up at St. Ives today and I will not be going up there tomorrow either. Now, just to give you viewers out there a recap of how this lockdown started. Well, you've all heard about the Bondi cluster, yeah? Well, this all started with an unvaccinated driver driving their passengers somewhere. Okay? Now, most of the cases were due to not getting tested and being out in the community, which is also very silly. I mentioned this last night on the show, and I am going to mention this again today on the second part of episode 221. Now, it is very frustrating when people do not abide by the rules and think that it's okay to go flouting the rules. Well, I can tell you viewers out there that it's not. The lockdown has been put into place for various reasons, and for people like myself in a wheelchair, I don't want to be venturing around the countryside. And as much as I'd like to go to the club, guys, well, unfortunately I can't. Not at this point in time. So, instead of getting frustrated and angry, I will open up and tell the staff and managers how I am feeling about the lockdown. Well, I'm pretty used to it now because we went into lockdown just before Christmas last year, and I brought you a couple of videos during that time and that time as well. So please, guys, be considerate of other people. Don't act like an idiot. If you've got a problem, please do talk about it with somebody and write a few things down in the diary. There is nothing wrong with that. I've also mentioned about a couple of things you can do to relieve the boredom during the 2-week lockdown, and like I've said, this is the second day of the Sydney lockdown. Well, let's hope that it doesn't go beyond 2 weeks, but if it does, well, can we do anything about it? Of course not. It is no point crying over spilt milk once something has started because we cannot stop it. And like I've also said, don't go out and flout the rules because it is very disrespectful and off-putting, especially when the Premier and all the government's okay and put all those restrictions in place for people like myself to follow. There is absolutely no need to go around panic buying and stripping supermarket shelves of toilet paper, bread, and milk. Like I said earlier on, if you need something delivered, please, you can go online and order it from there. Okay? We know it's a very frustrating time, ladies and gentlemen, and especially those on school holidays. Please don't be an absolute fool and flout the rules and think it's okay to flout the rules when really it is not. Okay? The rules are there for us to obey, not to flout. So please, like I mentioned in part one of the show today of episode 221, please don't be an absolute fool. There is no need to be an absolute idiot and go flouting the rules just because you cannot go and do something. So the advice that I'd like to give this afternoon in the second part of episode 221 is please stay home, okay? Don't go out for unnecessary reasons unless you've got a medical appointment, okay? But if you can't get down to the doctor's appointment, you can always organize telehealth on the phone, okay, where you can talk to the doctors on the phone about your health, okay, and any other concerns that you may have. There is absolutely nothing wrong with organizing telehealth. Okay, so that's the advice I'd like to give to you on the show in the second part of episode 221 today. Well, we're into the second day of the lockdown today. How has the lockdown affected you? I'd like to hear from you and your family and friends how the lockdown has affected you. I'd like to hear from you. Have you been angry? Have you been frustrated? Have you been angry because you hadn't been able to go anywhere? Please, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Well, coming up later on in the show, I'd like to tell you how I am coping with lockdown and how I am traveling with it. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. More of episode 221 coming up very shortly. I'm Barry Fair. The time is nearly 2 o'clock, Monday, the 28th of June. Stay tuned, everybody. Don't go away.